Legends, what is going on? I'm Jimmy Halley, and this is the Gym Boss Podcast. And look at this, you can tell it is the morning. But in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about starting an online fitness business from zero, because that's exactly what is happening with me right now. Obviously, if you guys know anything about me, I have a marketing agency exclusively for gym owners. And in this period, we've actually helped a whole bunch of gym owners be able to go online, shift from the gym to go to a virtual remote model, and it's going quite well. And we've helped a lot of fit pros and stuff as well. And if you're in that boat, you're a fit pro or you're a gym owner and you're like, you know what, I need to go online, I need some help about like, how do I do it, how do I deliver it, how do I price it, you know, all those different pieces, and then how do I get people into it, go to iwantgymleads.com. That's iwantgymleads.com. There's a short form for you to complete, and once you're over there, you fill in that form, there'll be a little calendar. Go to the calendar, book in a time where you can speak with me directly, where I can walk you through the whole process of how we do it, and then we can take it from there. So in this video, though, is how do we go from, I've got some notes up on the whiteboard behind here. So how do we go starting a fitness business from zero? So I've actually, a client of mine over in Canada has actually approached me to ask to go on a business partnership with him and start a fitness business from zero, because he's seen the opportunity over there. His gym's online and he wants to go bigger, but he wants to, be able to partner up. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. What have we got to lose? So I'm going to talk you through the process of what we've done to be able to get things starting and get up and running. We haven't launched yet, but I'm going to go through the process. So this is going to help you probably clarify, clear the confusion, clear the stress and overwhelm, and just simplify it down to simple terms. So what we did first and foremost is, what I highly recommend for everybody, is starting off with, there's sort of 5 questions you want to look at. What do I want? If you're a business owner and you're looking at it, you go, what do I want? So look at it in terms of revenue. So you could be like, I want to earn this much money, or I want to have this much money with this much freedom, working this many hours, or whatever it is, right? So you got to figure out what is it. You got to have clarity. What are you going for? That's number 1. Then number 2 is like, who do I serve? So who is the type of people you're going to go after? Because you don't want to just go after anybody, because you are online. People think, oh, I'm going to go online and I'm going to have all these millions of people. You got to be specific, or otherwise you'll just blend into the crowd of like the millions of other online PTs that have just come on board. So you need to have a clear sort of niche that you're going for, because there's going to be a lot of people out there. Number 3, this is just on a piece of paper. So I'll highly recommend that you follow along and do this now. And you can literally do this while this is going, right? What do I want? Who do I serve? What result do they want? So that's part 3. What result do they want? And then number 4 is, how do we get them the result? How am I going to deliver them this result? Am I going to be, and then just literally bullet point. This isn't perfect. This is the whole idea I want to talk about today, is imperfect action. Imperfect action is the best thing and the best tool at your disposal right now. I've spoken to so many people that are paralyzed by looking at too much information. So I'm going to recap here. I'll see if you can see this on the whiteboard. We've got a couple of questions up on here. So what do I want? Who do I serve? What results do they want? How do we get them that result? That's number 4. And so then once you get to that, how do I get them? You go to the last question here, number 5. What do I need to make this happen? And just bullet point it out, like just real rough bullet point it out. And to help, maybe, can I flip this around while it's going? Yes, I can. Have a look here. These are the 5 parts of a business. There's plenty more, but in terms of like core functions of a business. So if you have a look here, marketing. So if you go to this last question, what do I need to make this happen? And you bullet point everything out underneath that, like, what do I need to make this happen, to make all this stuff happen? What do I want? Who do I serve? What result do they want? How do we get them that result? Then lastly, what do I need? And then you can bullet point everything out there, and then you can allocate it to one of these 5 sections. So we've got marketing, obviously the advertising, paid and organic stuff, lead nurture. So do we have email sequences? Do we have a CRM? Do we use ManyChat for like some messenger sequences? Sales, how are we going to sell them? Now we've got leads, now we've warmed them up. How do we sell them? What are you going to do? You're going to get on the phone. which I highly recommend. Then delivery of services. So this is where most PTs and stuff will spend majority of their time, because I think that's the most important. And it is important, but it's not the workouts. It's not every. But anyway, I could talk more about that. So delivery. What do I need to actually deliver the services to get them this result? And this is retention. So what are the things that I'm going to do to be able to retain people? What am I going to be able to do to be able to retain people? So you've got marketing, lead nurture, sales, delivery, and retention. So when you look at a business in those core functions, and then you're breaking it down, what do I need to make it happen? Then you're just allocating things to there, and you can be like, great, I know that maybe you go, hey, my sales department is great. I've got everything I need. I don't need anything. Beautiful. Then you look at marketing, you're like, oh, you know what? Actually, I don't have a way to generate new business, but that's okay for now. I'm going to look at it. And then that's like now you're creating your priority list of the stuff that you need to like make happen. And you can really see it and segment it into these departments. And if you're like, I don't have anything in any of these departments, well, then you need to look at like, well, I need to have something there. Like if you don't have anything in the retention piece, well, guess what? You're going to be able to get clients. You're going to be able to get them on board, but are you going to be able to get them a proper result and keep them long term? Because that's something that you need to look up. So imperfect action. Now, to fill you in a little bit about what we did, beforehand. So if you want help with this stuff, go to iwantgymleads.com. Short form for you to complete. We can get on the phone and I can help like customize and walk you through this process. To go through a couple of extra bits and pieces to fill you in about what we've been doing, so you can know exactly like what we've done. So there's actually 3 of us in the business, and we've segmented it up into different departments. So I'm marketing and sales, obviously. We've got I'm going to leave their names out of it for now because they don't know I'm doing this. So I want to make sure that I let them know first. So, and then we've got business partner number 1. He is all the operations and behind the scenes business stuff, right? And then we've got the face of the business, who is like the coach, and he's the guy that's actually done a bunch of the videos, and he's the guy that is actually coaching our coaches. So we're going to have a bunch of coaches, and so we've done it up, and each person has their own responsibilities. So it's called the 4Rs document. So we've given each other our responsibilities, our roles, what does a good result look like in each of those roles, in each of those departments. So we've like assigned ourselves, and we are in, because we're starting out, and the way you're going to be starting out is you're going to be in multiple different departments. So like I'm in marketing and I'm in sales. As the business grows, I'll probably pull out from one of those and hire a manager to take over one of those departments, right? So you might be in all of the departments when starting out, and that's okay. But then you can just see like where your deficiencies are, and you can see where you need to improve or where you need to recruit somebody down the track once you start getting some traction. So we've identified, so we've segmented off into our different roles and what our responsibilities, and we're taking imperfect action. The thing that we're using is MVP, minimum viable product. We're not going for the premium and looking at what everybody else is doing. Sure, we're doing competitive analysis. That's fine. That's what one of the business partners behind the scenes doing competitive analysis. But we're still like, that's cool, but we're here. That's maybe version 4, version 5. So I don't want you to get caught up on like looking at, oh man, like this influencer is doing all this stuff. This person's doing this, whatever. So we've identified, okay, marketing is me. I'm going to handle that. Sales, we've got job ads up where we're actually over in Canada. We're doing interviews. I'm about to jump on interviews straight after this, where we're recruiting people that are doing commission only phone sales. And so we've got a process that we've been using for years for the gyms where people sell on the phone. So this is not much different for us. We just need people to be able to sell it. And so that's in my department. I've got advertising and I've got marketing and sales. And so those two pieces, the marketing piece I've got down pat. We don't need to do anything additional right there. Plus, the business isn't live yet. So our number one focus for me is to just recruit salespeople. We're looking for at least 2, maybe 3 to get started off. And then at the end of the first week, we'll probably select the one shark, the one killer, right? So I know I've covered a lot of ground here, but I'm just going to recap a little bit just so it makes it super easy. Starting a business from zero, a fitness business from zero. I'll tell you what we've done and how to make it simple, and you can literally get this stuff up and running within a day or so if you do it right, which means don't try and be too perfect. The moral of the story is don't try and be too perfect, because I've seen people that are really smart, like a lot of PTs are, a lot of coaches are, and gym owners, because you've had to study all the science and all the everything of the human body, and you have to look, you think, okay, maybe more knowledge is the key, but most times, I'm not saying all times, but making a broad generalization, that most times you don't need more information, you need more action. Okay, and you got to be okay with it not being perfect. So that's the minimum viable product. So what you do first and foremost is you go through these 5 questions, which is here. What do I want? Revenue, money. Who do I serve? What result do they want? How do we get them that result? Once you get those 4 things on a piece of paper, which you can do in like a matter of 10 minutes, right? You can write that down, 10, 15 minutes. Then you go to part number 5. Okay, now you've got that. Part 5 is, what do I need to make this happen? And you just bullet point all the stuff out and break it down into the 5 core functions of a business: marketing, lead nurture, sales, delivery, and retention, right? Then you've got all these allocated, these tasks and these things that you need to be able to go to those different places. That is then and you look at it, you go, cool, there's a hot gap there, and that makes your to-do list pretty much. Cool. Oh, well, I need to do that. I need to do that. Now you've got this is your business model. Now you're creating your business model, your business plan, and now you're good to go. And then to add the additional piece of what we've done, because there's 3 of us, we've identified the roles and departments that we're responsible for. And then we've had to then get to work. We literally, while we were on the phone for our first thing, we started taking the actions that were required instead of sitting there thinking about it. A minimum viable product. And look, this is what we're doing, and I'm going to keep updating you on the stuff that we're learning in terms of like marketing and sales, recruiting, everything. And if you're a gym owner or a fitness professional and you're wanting to know more about how to get your business up and running online, go to iwantgymleads.com. iwantgymleads.com, short form for you to complete, and then book a time for us to chat so I can walk you through and do a custom sort of process for you so we can identify where the areas you need to improve and move forward from there. But anyways, till next time, I'll see you soon, legends. Love you all.